Well, let's come to the part 3 of this course, which is going to be an interesting one. Before I go to the part 3, I would humbly request you to please share your experience. Please share it with us, please share it with others, because if you are achieving amazing results in your life and you share it with us, with other people as well, then let me tell you, if you are going to help others, your help whenever will be required in your life, it will definitely come to you, because this is a normal, I would say, the principle of life that uh, if you do something to the world, or if you do something for the others, it comes multiplied. So if your feedback is going to help others and you motivate others, definitely when motivation and help is required in your life, you will also get it. So please do share and give us a feedback about this experience in your life. Now let me start explaining you the concept. Whenever I start explaining the concept to the people, well, generally I hear this thing that I don't believe it, it's not scientific. Uh, that is one of the biggest reaction which I get. Well, there are millions of the things which are happening in this cosmos. Your belief or your opinion, it actually doesn't matter. Yes, even you doesn't matter. If you see the whole gambit of this universe, what you think in your mind, it doesn't matter. If people are achieving amazing results in their life by using anything in the like this, they are achieving this. Your opinion actually doesn't affect them. Instead, they are having better results in their life, they are improving their life. However, you are not. So, who is at the loss? Probably you, who has a skeptical mindset. If you look at this statement, which I keep hearing from people that I don't believe it because it's not scientific. Well, if you see only these two words, belief and science, it's an oxymoron. Well, belief and science is not at all compatible, because science is an experiential process. Science itself says that your personal experimentation is required. Till the time you don't experience it yourself, please don't believe it. Let me tell you with an example. If I tell you, please tell me the taste of this pie, well, there is one approach which is restricted approach, wherein what you will do, this is the belief approach, that it is just not good in taste or whatever you have. What I will do is, because today because of the technology, the information is easily available. So because of that fast availability of knowledge, what I'll do, I'll Google it, I'll see YouTube videos, I'll do it Instagram and whatever. Because of all this, actually we all have become Google graduates, and we all are WhatsApp diploma holders, Insta and YouTube certified knowledgeable people. You tell us a thing, we already know about it because we already have beliefs about it. But whatever these things, Google, WhatsApp, or whatever social media you are following, whatever they give, they are telling, they are just the belief, or we believe them without our own experience, isn't it? Well, the actual scientific approach tells it that please go to the shop, buy it and taste it. Till the time you don't take a bite of it, how will you come to know the taste about it? See, I'm not saying that you should not do research. I'm not saying that you should not believe the all the social media. Definitely, they are the things which help us, but that is not the only approach. The actual scientific approach tells us that please have personal experience as well. So that's what it is. So just not believing something because you have not experimented or experienced it, just believing it on the basis of your belief system, it is not scientific approach probably. And I am also telling you, please don't believe me. Whatever I am saying, don't at all believe me. I am giving you a full-fledged course with powerful techniques. Use them in your life and experience it yourself. And don't trust anything. Whatever I am saying, just don't trust it. Please experience yourself. And then you make a statement, or then you say that whether it worked for you or not. Now let's come to the explanation. Well, everything in this universe is energy. This is not told by me. This is told by scientists, and even one of the biggest theories by Albert Einstein in the theory of relativity. He gave us this equation: E is equal to mc square, which is pretty fine. E is equal to mc square. E stands for energy, m stands for mass, and c stands for speed of light. So if you see this equation, that anything which is in energy is directly proportional to mass, isn't it? So if anything is in matter form or there is some mass of it, so even me, you, any object, anything which is in physical format, it definitely has energy. It has directly it is directly proportional to energy, isn't it? That I have not said it. That Einstein told, and even science tells us. Even a small electron has energy. That electron, proton, they have energy. So everything in this universe is actually a manifestation of energy. And this is my personal understanding of spirituality. I don't know how it came to me, but one day I just saw this equation and I thought, wow, this is not just the theory of relativity or equation of theory of relativity, this is even the equation of spirituality. Now it says that energy is directly proportional to mass. And if somehow, see, if you see this equation, if I want to remove this proportionality and I want this equal, what I do, I put this c square. Now you tell me, c is the speed of light and c square twice the speed of light. Can you tell me what is that thing on this earth which is faster than the speed of light? Can you just think of it? I think if you give a little thought to it, you will find it. Because the thing which is faster than the speed of light is thoughts. Yes. So when I was looking at this equation, I actually realized that if I want anything into mass form, matter form, and what I need to do is I just need to have c square, basically thoughts. And that's what all spiritual teachings tell us. Basically, after understanding all this, this became a revelation to all the members of Sanidhya that what all the energy modalities or the spiritual schools are teaching is pretty simple. Basically, they are just teaching that we need to use our thoughts for, and then we need to just energize them passively by taking help of any superior energy so that we can materialize them into the physical world. This was simply the crux of all the energy modalities from the all spiritual schools, I would say. And this beautiful statement by Napoleon Hill clarifies everything. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve that. By understanding them, then we design the life changing model. But before coming to the life changing model, let's understand life first. The biggest thing in any human's life is that we all want to change our lives, isn't it? We all want to upgrade our lives, or we want something to be changed in our lives. There is something we need to change it. But the biggest issue, or I would say the irony of us, of all humans, is that we want this change without bringing change in our lives. That is such a oxymoron, I would say, or that is such an ironical statement. Can you believe, or can you even dream that your old mobile phone can work just like the brand new mobile phone? Is it possible? If is it not, it's not possible for such a small thing, then how is it possible for us? Without any software or hardware update, a mobile cannot function like a brand new mobile phone, then how can our life function? If we want to change our life, we definitely have to change the way we are living right now. If we don't change that, there is no change going to come. That is for sure. So let's look at the life changing model. See, in Sanidhya, when we started following up things and we just formulated, then we established a very big fact that in life there are four facets. There are only four facets wherein any human being or any person would like to have change or wants to upgrade, or he or she has problems. And these four facets are: first is health, second is relationships, third is finance, and fourth is manifestation of certain desires which you want in your life. If you just calculate, these are the only four facets of your life which will have problem. Either the problem will be following directly under these categories, or they will be a part of these categories. So as normal human being, we might have health issues, we might have relationship issues, we might have financial issues, or we might have issues with respect to unfulfilled desires. And the binding product, or I would say the binding ingredient which actually helps us to have a holistic living is spirituality. Well, the moment I talk say word spirituality, people have various misunderstood concepts, or they have misconceptions about them. So let me explain a little about spirituality. Well, the biggest misconception people have is that spirituality is religion. Let me tell you, spirituality is not at all religion. This statement by the in this book is a very beautiful statement. What science calls energy, religions call God. All is energy, all is God. And the essence of God is love. What a powerful message in these five lines. Well, actually, the term spirituality doesn't give the full meaning. In Hindi or in Sanskrit, the term used for spirituality is adhyatma. See, the meaning of adhyatma is self study or understanding oneself. So, that is the whole idea about spirituality. And let me tell you, if you have deep understanding of spirituality, or you keep reading from different schools, or you actually become a true spiritual person, you will realize that religions were just a paved path for leading people or the masses to the ultimate aim, that is spirituality. But however, today the religions has been polluted, and it has been distorted in multiple manners because of obviously social and political reasons. But the ultimate aim of religions was just this: to lead people to spirituality, and ultimately to get them to a loving and harmonious life. That was all. The second misconception people have, that doing pranayam, doing yoga, doing meditation, visiting religious places, chanting mantras, or doing pujas or religious ceremonies is spirituality. But let me tell you, it is not. Well, if you look at the pranayam or doing yoga, these are small part of spirituality. When we come to the physicality of the human anatomy, we realize in the spiritual world or in the energy world that physical exercises, doing breathing exercises, have a different impact on physical body. That's why they are being done. It is a very small part of spirituality. Doing meditation, yes, doing meditation, people think that I have been doing meditation from so long, and I know I am a spiritual person. But let me tell you, if I give an analogy to meditation, meditation is something like dumbbells. Have you ever used dumbbells, or do you know about dumbbells? Dumbbell is a simple equipment. By using that dumbbell, you can train your biceps, you can train your triceps, you can train the shoulders, even you can train the leg muscles or the back muscles. So basically, dumbbells are just small equipment, and the result can be different by using dumbbells in a different manner, and by how many reps you are doing, how much intensity you are doing, with what aim you are doing, and how you are doing. Actually, the result is different. So the same meditation cannot give you the same result. There are different meditations for different reasons, for different outcomes, for different effect, for different time duration they are supposed to be done. So if you are doing some meditation from so many years, I it's good for you. If you are happy, and if all the facets of your life are managed, and you are living a harmonious and a holistic complete life, so all the best. And please do share with me as well. But in Sanidhya, we came to know that meditation has to be done under certain guidance. Well, visiting religious places, doing religious ceremonies, uh, today it is a very misunderstood concept that these places are just wish fulfilling areas, or wish manifesting areas. But let me tell you, our ancestors were very intelligent. They knew that there would be a time wherein our energies will not be in such a manner so that we can do spiritual things or we can materialize things into words. So they knew that we need certain energy centers so that humans can go there and spend some time and they can regulate or harmonize their energies. That's why they establish energy centers, which are religious places, and they establish certain religious activities. By doing them, you physically are doing certain methods wherein you are changing the energy. So these things are not just spirituality, these are methods to leading you to spirituality. And all concept tells you to have harmonious life, a holistic life, so that you live in harmony with every person, every place, every situation, every object which comes your way. Misconception, second misconception, I can't leave chicken and liquor, that's why I never think of it. Well, eating chicken is as normal as eating food. If this is your lame excuse for not picking up spirituality, I would say that this is a very bad excuse. And talking about liquor, well, whenever I talk about liquor, I always get reminded of this Greek god. His name is Dionysus. Do you know the story of Greek god Dionysus? Well, there is only one human being as per the Greek mythology who was converted into God. And who was that? Was this gentleman. And you know what was his speciality or what he did so that the gods made him, I would say, a god from a human, they made him a god? Actually, he was the first human being who discovered or invented the art of making liquor. And as per the Greek mythology, the gods used to come to the earth to relish all the privileges of the earth. So when they drank liquor, they said this thing has to go to heavens. But as per the rules and regulations, only a god can go to the heavens. So by force, the gods have to make this human into god. So if a person who created or invented liquor became a god himself, so if you are drinking, definitely you will get some place in the heaven. So that is the whole idea. But that is on a lighter part. But the whole concept of spirituality says that please don't think that I am eating and I am drinking something, so I should not do spirituality. Instead, you should start following spirituality. And let me tell you, after some time, whenever you will touch even anything, whether it's drinking or eating thing, the moment you will touch it, your body will start responding that whether you should eat it or you should drink it or not. And let me tell you, I it has been quite a long time that now I come to know what should I eat and what should not I eat. Some people say that it's a very nice hobby. Well, let me explain to you that spirituality is not at all a hobby. It's a serious business. On a daily basis, you will indulge yourself into so much of self work that you will actually forget about others, because this whole concept is working on oneself, and it is not nice at all, because accepting your weakness becomes the biggest obstacle to cross in spirituality. You might have heard people being you please be big hearted, please forgive them, but it's not as easy as it sounds. Let me tell you, forgiving people, those who are doing bad thing from the front, it is very difficult to do that. But spirituality trains you to do that, and it is very, very, very difficult. The biggest thing spirituality takes from you is actually you. Spirituality takes a lot. It actually takes you from you. So this is a very big thing. Some people say that I am professional, I need to be aggressive and competitive and not peaceful monk. Why should I do spirituality? Well, I am very focused in my career and I am very professional. I should not be becoming a peaceful monk. Well, I don't understand why people get confused that spiritual people can't have, they are not aggressive or they can't have emotions. Well, see, everybody is a human being first. And if you read about Yogi Gorakhnath, you'll come to know how aggressive he was. Probably you will even read about various other yogis and various other spiritual beings who were very aggressive in nature. That's how, because the emotion, this is not a feeling. Being aggressive is not a feeling, it's an emotion. See, sorry, being aggressive is not a emotion, it's a feeling. When you feel aggressive about something, you just express it. So basically you have to understand the difference between emotions and feelings. See, if I'm sitting here, if I'm just take an example, if I sit in front of a laptop and all of a sudden I get a shock when I touch the power on button, what is the feeling I have? I have pain because of the electric shock. But our minds will develop a emotion of fear with that. So emotions are generally manipulated from the feelings. They associate, these emotions are associated feelings, but however, feelings are the true things which your body tells you. And if you are a professional, you tell me that what will help you to give a better decision, a calm mind or a confused mind? Obviously, a calm mind. And spirituality trains your mind to differentiate between your feelings and emotions. It gives you a calm mind so that you can give better decisions. It actually converts you from an inflated balloon of anger to a calm and composed decision maker. It gets you into the state of equanimous, that is known as sambhav in Hindi, that you are not objectified by any previous, I would say, emotions attached to the feelings. It is not an easy state to reach, and it is very difficult. If you look in your life itself, you will realize that most of the times we actually we actually act as per the emotions which are attached to the feelings, and then we objectify those things, we even objectify the facts. Let me explain with an example. For example, there is a person or there is a colleague of at your workplace whom you do not like. So if that person comes in front of you or that person does something which is good for you, even then you will not say that this person did something good for you. You will be attached to the previous emotions which are attached to those feelings which you had previously, or if that person has done something harm or something wrong, and you will objectify the facts and you will just nullify that efforts of that person. That's how our mind game plays. But actually, if you are a spiritual person, you are following the spiritual practices, you will be able to identify between emotions and feelings, and you will always act according to the situation's need and not on the basis of your personal need to do a emotional outburst. That is the biggest thing I would say a true professional person can have. This statement I have taken from Karma book written by Mr. Jagdish Vasudev, popularly known as Sadhguru, the founder of the Isha Foundation. That when your actions are no longer about you, when they are simply based on the demands of the situation, when narrow self-interest no longer fuels your volition, you have reached the end of the karmic production. Your liberation is assured. Beautiful statement. From this, I again come back to the life changing model of Sanidhya, that under life there are four facets: health, relationship, finance, manifestation, and spirituality. And spirituality is the binding ingredient. So now, if anybody or any person wants change in these four facets, how to bring that change? The change can only be done by two methods. The first is the practical method, and the second is the spiritual method, basically the energy method. You do anything, you talk about any particular thing. These are the only two methods which are available to the humans. Well, now the practical method or the spiritual methods can be done again by two ways: the active method or the passive method. Now let's firstly look at the change itself. See, by this I mean to say, let me give an example. What I am saying is, let me tell you that if there is a health problem, for example, there is a health problem, you are suffering from probably a stomach ache. So what is the practical method? That you firstly get diagnosed that what problem you are suffering from. Then you take care in the physical world that you actively don't eat that thing which caused you the stomach ache. Passively, what you do, you take certain medications so that it cures your pain. And however, if you are constantly having the spiritual pain, sorry, if you are constantly having the stomach pain again and again, then definitely you have to look at the spiritual meaning of that. That why is it happening? Is it because of the distortion of the energy anatomy? Is it because of some particular thought process behind it? So then you can do by spiritual method, or I would say by using the energy methods actively or passively. Now actively means that you are using your own energy actively for curing or for taking, for changing something in the four facets of your life. Or passively means you are requesting a higher energy being or higher source of energy for doing the job which you want in your life. Now let's look at these three things. So what is this? Basically, if you have attended any goal setting classes, they will give you these three words. So basically, they tell you that why most of the times we fail in our goals, or we come back to the place where we started. So these three terms are very actively used or very popularly used. That, for example, let me tell you that if you are fat or you are bulky and you want to get thin, what we do is that we have that what we want in our life, that we want to get thin. So we have do what we do is we run a lot, we cut short our calories, and we become thin. But after a few days again we become fat. So why that thing happens is because of this thing, that we don't become that person. So what they tell you is that by doing anything in the physical world, anything in the physical world, whatever we are doing is basically having a goal and working for the goal. We can get the results, but again we will fall back to the place where we started, because we have done that thing only on the body part and not on the mind and the soul part. If we look at any human being, we are we as humans, we have three parts to our life. That is basically, we are not just a body, we also have a mind and we also have a soul. So when we talk about goal setting things, why we fail is because we just do everything on the physical world, but on the mind and on the soul level, that is the first thing, that is first thing which we have to do, we never do that. That's why we fall back to the same place where we started. We have lists of becoming thing, we work out, but still after becoming thing we again fall back that we are again fat. Same way you look at the relationship, we want good relationship, we find people, but then again we fall back to some I would say toxic relationship, because probably this b has not been done, because we are not still a person who wants good relationship from within. Financially we want good finances, we work for it, but still the results are not so much as it should be. We want certain thing in our life, but still we don't get them, because probably the b part has not been done. Because if you look, the b is actually the spiritual part, because mind and soul is not on the physical level. This do and have is on the practical level, but however, this be part is on the spiritual level, or I would say the energy level. So just look at this diagram, and then it will be clear that the practical part of our life is just one third. The body, mind and soul, the body is just one third. So you keep doing these things, but still it will be only one third have efforts in that area of your life. Still the two third is not done. So that's why whenever you are working, you have to have holistic approach towards achieving anything in your life. Well, when this Sanidhya established this life-changing model, then we came to know that the all the modalities which are telling the future is actually not useful. Why to know the future when you can change it yourself? Isn't it? See, it is not big thing. If you combine all the efforts, then definitely you can change your life. If I have certain methods in the practical word, and if I have methods in the spiritual word, so that I can influence my mind and the soul as well, So why will not I have results in my life? And let me tell you, at Sanidhya, certain healers, certain members of the Sanidhya also studied about the future telling modalities. And if you are learning the future telling modalities from a good teacher or a good guide, the first thing that teacher or that the guide will tell you that please don't completely trust the results or the outcomes, because things can be changed as per your likings, as per your understandings. Even the future telling modalities tell that you can change your future. And by understanding the concept of the life, or by understanding all these facets and this binding ingredient, and understanding how we fail, the Sanidhya and all members very adamantly focus that please don't learn future telling modalities. Instead, you should always focus on learning the things which can help you to change the future. Basically, if you combine your practical and spiritual efforts, the rate of change in any facet of your life will multiply. After great research, learning, self experimentation, and thought process, we actually designed full fledged systems for better understanding and follow up. And actually, it took us more than 3 years to compile these systems. From many people say, if it is spiritual, then why money? Well, let me give you an answer. The first thing is commitment. Definitely, if I give you or somebody gives you anything for free, you will never do it. And such powerful things, if given to you, and then also you're not listening to it, it actually leaves a karmic problem to the person who has shared to you. You understand it or you don't understand it, I don't know, but that is how karma works. If I help you without you being asking help from me, then definitely I am karmically liable for your problems as well. I might have that problem on me. So till and if you pay me for the help you have taken from me, my karma and your karma is totally undone here. That is why people take money for even in spirituality, to first of all to get your commitment, and second is to get away from this karmic loop. I can give you all these things for free, or probably in Sanidhya everybody can do this, but this will have a karmic effect. Let me share my own personal example. When I initially started doing pranic healings, at that point of time I gave free healings to many near and dear ones. But later on, I realized that I myself started having multiple problems, psychological as well as physical problems. Then, when I contacted my seniors, they all told me that you are having karmic problems because you actually entered into somebody's karma and you just deleted it. But karma it cannot be deleted without until asked. So that is why spiritual people also ask money. And the money is not for probably just these two reasons. Even those people are also giving you the time and energy. And let me tell you, time and energy are one of the two biggest currency. If you give somebody your time and your energy, probably that is the biggest thing you are giving to that person. And moreover, one should not suffer from Vasco da Gama Einstein syndrome, because why I say is that if I don't know why people suffer from this problem, that they say that I want to find the solutions to my problem because I am very intelligent. I don't know why people think that way. Well, if you ask me personally, I am very blunt about these things. If somebody is giving me something which is a full-fledged system, so why should not I do that? Why? I don't know, I don't want to waste my time. I am very result oriented. I If somebody tells me do this, I will take this much money, you do this, you will get the results, I pay them. Please don't suffer from Vasco da Gama Einstein syndrome. Take professional help from anyone who knows better. And if you read Robert Kiyosaki, George S. Clemson, Tata, Ratan Tata, and Albert Einstein, these all people who the I am taking the example of all the people who are very rich or very intelligent. These all people are rich and they are intelligent. They all have told some or the other way. You start reading them or you start following them. They all have told that please, please, please take professional help, take help from others, because that will help you to find your way faster. I always give example to the people that if you want to go from, for example, if you want to go from place A to place B and you are on the path of C to D, with whatever hard work you do, whatever you do, with how much commitment you are there, you will never reach to the place B because you are not on the path. And what these systems or people who already know the path to A to B, why not to follow them? Why to become Vasco da Gama by yourself? I always see this photograph and it reminds me to the people. Can you see this gentleman? He is offering something to them. Probably he must be asking something from them, but they are too busy in that ways. They will never get evolved in their life because probably he must be asking